Hello, what is going on, guys? My name is Chris here, and today I got a new skate park breakdown where I take apart the park, and I can show you guys and explain why I did stuff to the park and how I built it. So I'm just going to start with the course, then I'm going to go a little bit to the outside of the park just to explain some stuff about that. So for the main section, for the main, I guess, ledge or something, it doesn't look quite exactly, but these rails, obviously, it's just two wide rails pushed together, and then I made this style factory because it made it look like it was kind of concrete and wear down, and then I basically copied the same thing, made it park, made it yellow just to make it, I don't know, just have it look a little bit more nice, and there's like a bunch of shading of different colors in the actual park. And then I use these curved wave ledges for the stilts or whatever, I guess, whatever you want to call that would be supporting it. It doesn't look exactly like it does in the actual park, but you know, a lot of the stuff just can't be done. And so that explains that. And then this one's just yellow to make it look a little bit different. And then for the actual stairs, I use the what is this called, I use the floating ledges, and I just colored it, tried to make them look a little bit nice. And because there's like some type of ledge or something like that over it, it looks almost identical to that. Just so yeah, it turned out really awesome. And I think there's like some type of rocks or some dirt under it, so that's why there's that pad right there. And yeah, there's that. And then I got the rail right here, which is made from Catwalk supports. Now there's a lot, as I said before, there's a lot of like yellow, like intricate things that they somehow put on the rails, which look amazing, but I can't do that in this game, so I kind of just like not really messed around, but just this is how I made the rail, and they still look incredibly awesome. And then for this, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just a Euro gap. And then for the stuff, if you want to change the stuff on the side, because that doesn't, well, it's kind of hard to say, but like you just don't want the plain gray, so I just made it factory, and then I just changed the colors because there's like some type of brick texture or something like that, and that would just be way too hard to make. And this is, I literally copied the exact same rail, just changed the texture, and then I didn't put anything below it to change the color on the outside where the little circle thing is right there. And so that's pretty simple. This is actually taken from Jaquan Plaza, which I thought was really cool, in addition to the park, that they finally added something to make the flow a little bit better. And this was pretty simple. All it was just, I think the wall component, I just put 3 wide because the ground was 3 wide here, so I just kind of took the same thing, and then I just tried to make the quarter pipe. And then to make the transition a little bit easier, I added this little quarter pipe, whatever. And then I don't think I really had to add anything like make it look white on the side, because that looks fine. And I basically just kind of copied the other main section over here. I mean, this one's pretty simple, just a simple 4 stair with the rail, and I just added catwalks on for where the actual supports would be, just so I could change the color. And obviously just a little gap to this, and this, all this is just a little ledge, and then I changed the texture or whatever to make it park, and then it turns to black, and then you can put it on the side, so it looks really good. Now for the ground, it was a little bit confusing how to make it. Obviously, I mean, I just used whatever you want to call it, this brick wall component, and then I put that in the ground. And then because sometimes, like let's just see, like I couldn't place a big long thing right there, that's what she said, but you couldn't place that because it wouldn't look good. So the wave ledges actually look really good for that, and they don't create any type of bump or anything. So that's how I kind of made the ground, and I just tried to copy that. I think I just voice correct. And this is pretty simple. This is just a little Euro gap to mani pad, and then this rail is actually the first thing for the down rail for the square rail, and I just tilted it a little bit, which is actually a little bit weird. I don't know if you can tell, but the rail actually kind of narrows down a little bit towards the center. I don't know why they did that, or it's just, I don't know why that turned out. So that's why there's a little bit of a glitchy whatever thing to that, but to me it doesn't really matter because it's really dark, so you can't even really see it. And then for the support right here, like these yellow things, I mean, I just put one half-width pad right there, and then I tilted one about a couple degrees, and then that covered up, because there is those stilts for those things, whatever, if you know what I'm talking about. And I just made it on the bright side to go outside, like facing this way in the park, because you're not going to really see it too much from the inside, and it still looks just as good. And I literally just copied the exact same thing and placed it on this side. I just moved the ledge over. And same with the ground, I just basically made one side and copied it, and then that's how that turned out. Now this main section right here was actually really, not hard, but it just took a couple minutes to think, and it turned out actually really awesome. So the actual thing in real life would, if I remove this is how it would look if there was no lips or anything like that. And obviously, I mean, I just placed those things there because you can't just have like those things just sticking out, because that's not that good. I could have added some type of transition to make it a little bit easier to hit, but overall you can still hit it and then you can get some crazy air and it looks really awesome. Now to actually make this, these are actually just little half width pads, and I just basically made two, tilted it to whatever I wanted it to be, and I literally just copied it, pasted it over here. And then to make these things on the side, the really steep part of it, I just literally just took it out, and then I just put snapping on it, snapped right in. And to cover this up, it's just two steep small pads, whatever, and I just I guess change the angle of it to what I wanted it to look like. And I could have maybe moved it a little bit more, but you know, it is what it is, and it still turned out pretty awesome. This is just a simple bent pole rail, and then I just put some catwalk supports under it just to give it that extra look, and it looks a little bit nicer than just having bent poles. Now this was a pretty easy section of the park. This is just two really steep pads, and I just added a transition right here, and I just did two of those. And then for the middle section, this is just again just a half width pad, and then I just add a little bit of transition just to make it a lot nicer and it flows a little bit better. And like I said before with the ledges, this is the exact same technique I used for it, except I just used the half width pads on the sides because it's a little bit darker and you can still skate it really awesome. Now for these quarter pipes, I was expecting to make them a lot easier, but they still turned out really awesome. I mean, it's just the yellow things under there, and then these are actually the waterfront, I think, benches or something like that. And I just tilted it. I mean, it is a little bit steeper than I would like it to be, but it's because I don't want people flying into the stands. It's like you get some air and then you just come right back down, so that's really good. So that's the actual park. Now there's some graphic that for some reason it didn't show up, but whatever. And then for the ads, last time I used the waterfront benches, but I really wanted to add a lot of stuff around the park to make it look like there was a lot more than comes to the eye or whatever. So I just used these floating benches, and these work just as fine. And I just changed the color, and I just chose kind of random colors. I don't know. I don't think it really mattered too much. Just copied it and then pasted it. And then I could have added some rails because I do have some extra terrain, but honestly, I don't think it matters that much. And then a lot of spaces, like if you have a really empty space, just add a ton of props. Like I just took 4 benches and just added those, and it really fills up this space really good. Even though it maybe wouldn't actually be there, there'd be maybe some cameras or some tents or something like that. It just fills in the space and it looks really good. Now for the jib cranes, these are pretty easy to make. It's just this, I guess, broadcast camera, whatever you want to call it, catwalk support, and then it's just the film camera, just cause it's just, I don't know, for some reason it looks a little bit better with that. Kind of getting off track here. For the stands, I just took just a branding pad or whatever, and then I just used that just because it's black and it looks a little bit nicer than just having a black pad, sorry. And then for the stands are just it's just stairs, and I have the half width ones just sunk in a little bit, and that turns out pretty awesome. I have the fences right here that turned out for the backing. I have a little bit of that. I have these whatever you want to call bricks, whatever, just to cut it off because this thing continues, if you can see right that. I have some trees and whatnot, and then this is actually, I think, the entrance to the Staples Center. I kind of just put a pad behind there, and this is just like a media tent, whatever you want to call it. So there's just a bunch of cameras and tents and whatnot, obviously just that. And I just basically just copied the stands, put it over here, and it's the exact same thing. It was just a lot of copy and pasting. Now for this, I don't know what building this is, but what I did for the actual texture, whatever, I just basically copied it and then just changed the color and moved it forward a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but I mean, you don't really see it too much, but it looks a lot better than I just had one thing. And then over here, because I wanted to make it look really nice, I just added a street and some buildings across, just to, like, it looks really good when you're skating the park, and it looks like there's a lot more stuff that comes to the eye. And I did the same thing over here. So I mean, that's just a brief well, it's not a brief overview, but it's basically what I made and what I did to the park. Hope you guys liked the video. If you guys could please leave a like and comment below on any of my old parks that I should do this again. And if you haven't seen the video to the park, and if you want to download it, that link will be in the description. But my name is Chris, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.